everybody, Fiber Spider here with another origami tutorial for you. Now lately the weather has been especially cold. In fact, it snowed recently, so I thought this is the perfect opportunity for making little penguins. So cute, pretty easy to make, and yes, they do stand. Yes, that is a plus. And of course, as always, he needs a little friend. So yes, he's got a little friend, and, well, hey, you know what? They have to have a little friend as well. Going itty-bitty little penguin. Yep, this one actually I made with the same paper, except I used 1/4 of the square. So it's itty-bitty little baby penguin. Yep, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these as well. Now, you can use any size square piece of paper. However, for this particular piece, it works best if you have paper that is colored on one side and white on the other, so that you can get this nice white tummy. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, so starting off with the white side facing up, going to fold our piece in half to make a triangle. Open it up and turn, fold in half the other way to make a triangle. There we are. Unfold that. Okay, then take one of your corners and bring it to that center intersection. And fold. Unfold that, then take the opposite corner, and we're going to bring this corner not to the center, but to the intersection that we just created right here. Very easy, just using the creases that we've already made to use as guidelines. Unfold that, then flip your work over, and going along this line here, this crease here, fold it in half. No, you don't want to fold along this crease, but the one running opposite. So you can just use the crease that we just did, just fold it back on itself. No big deal. And then we shall proceed. Okay, so at this point, we're going to be taking the larger of the triangles. This one's a little bit smaller. We're going to take the larger one and fold this edge along this crease here, basically taking this triangle and folding it in half. Then open that up. And then if you open this up, we're then going to fold this inside. And it's easiest if you use this crease right here. Then fold this down. What am I doing here? There we go. I got it. So basically, squishing it inside. There we go. Just using those creases. And there we go. So basically, we sort of squished it inside of itself. And then, next up, going to take this top layer here and fold this edge along this edge. We're going to do this on both sides. So just this edge along this edge. And the point is a little bit tricky. Just take it slow. Want a nice crisp point. There, that's it. Okay, so we got one half done, then we turn it over and do the exact same thing. So it's this edge along this edge. Get a nice, sharp, crispy point. And there you are. Okay. Okay, from here, going to make the head. Now, at about this point here where you can see this crease, at about there, if not a little bit lower, either or is fine. I like to go a little bit lower because I like my penguins to have a nice, big, robust sized head. So fold this down. Like so. Now, keeping in mind that this blue edge here is going to be ultimately the base of your penguin. So you could have it running parallel or a little bit down or a little bit up. Really depends on how you want your penguin to ultimately look. You can change it later though. So from here, we're going to use this crease, unfold, turn, and flip the head out. It's an outside reverse fold. Use those creases. That's going to create the head. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to show you that again. So basically utilizing that crease, and smoosh that into place. Okay, and then we're going to work on the wings. Okay, so now the wings, basically it is taking this layer here and creating a fold from about where his little neck is, this point here, not all the way to his butt, but just a little bit before that. We're going to fold this top layer back. So using that as a guide around where his neck is, or his chin, and then leave a little bit at the base there. Okay. And then when you're happy with that, smoosh it down. Like so. Then, for symmetry, flip your work over, and we can use this point that is sticking out as a guide for this layer. Just line up with the layer beneath. There. Now it looks the same on both sides. Okie dokie. Okay, so now that he's going to have little wing flippers, if you will, going to fold this edge here along this edge here. Again, try to go for those crispy points where it gets thin up at the top there. Same thing on the other side, and we won't even be done just yet. Soon, but not yet. Because this is going to start the little flipper. But the next step we're creating, I believe it's called a rabbit ear fold. Okay, so we got this side done. This side done, very nice. Okay, so now going to utilize the creases that we have here. Going to fold this up a little bit. And then scooch this down, this side over here, until we reach this middle point here. And smush it down. And this is going to create a rabbit ear. Now, because we want the fin to go, well, fin, flipper, wing, whatever, going down away from the head, after we smush it together to a nice point, like that, going to have it go in the downward position. Like so. Little flipper wing thing. There. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Lifting this up a little bit. Still utilizing this crease though. And starting to smush down this side until we reach this center crease here. And smush down to the center there. Pinch it in the middle. And then fold it down towards his feet, away from the head. There. Okay, next up we're going to finish up the head and finish up his little feet area. Okay, so that he can stand, going to basically imagine a line running from this bottom blue edge all the way across. Now I find what's easiest is if you take just one layer and fold up along that edge in a straight line, like so. Careful you don't nip his little fins there. Then turn it around, fold this side up in the same way. This is just sort of a preliminary crease here. Then unfold on this side and the other side, and then going to, along those creases, fold these triangles in on themselves and tucking those triangles in underneath. And there you go. So you can tuck those in, smush this closed, and that is the base of our little penguin. Now, initially he is going to want to be a little bit disagreeable, so what you can do is open this up a little bit at the base. Again, you don't want to mess up his little flippers. So utilizing this crease here, just sort of finesse it open at the base. And he actually stands. Fabulous. All right, then last but not least, we still need to deal with the features of his head. Right now, he's looking more like a crow, less like a penguin. Well, we can fix that. Okay, I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise his head a little bit. Just a little bit. You know, he was looking down like he was all serious and forlorn about something. So a little bit more level with the base. And then going to do 2 folds for separating the head from the beak. First one is going to be where the head ends and the beak begins. So about here or so, folding this triangle back, utilizing this bottom edge as a guide. Like so, utilizing that bottom edge. Then, along the same edge, fold that point back in the opposite direction with a little bit left over in between the folds. Not too much, just a bit. So you're almost like creating like a little accordion, if you will. Sort of like that. We aren't done yet, but we soon are. So unfold that. Going in from below. And actually, what would be the easiest way I can show you this? Basically, opening this up, we're going to fold down inside that first crease and then outside the second crease. So that first crease is going to be going in. And then the second crease, flipping it back out. And this, of course, can be fiddled with and tweaked. Little beaky man. And there you go. Cute little penguin. So cute. And yeah, they can stand relatively well. Sometimes you do have to fiddle with the base just a wee bit. And there you go. Little penguin and little friend. He's had too many sardines. He's a little tipsy. Also, I am working on a slightly angled surface, so gotta bear with me. Okay, he stood before. You saw it. He stood before. I stand before you, and he stood before you. Okay. You know what? He did. Now he needs a little help from Mama. Okay. Sometimes you have to fiddle with the bass. At any rate, there you go. All right, my dears. So that concludes my tutorial on how to make a little penguin. Hope that you liked it, and if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation as always. And let me know what you think. You know, are you going to make some of these little guys? I think they're adorable and a lovely addition to your collection. And, well, you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay folding fun, fabulous, well, kind of flying things. They fly through the water, so to speak. And stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.